It's another subject, but NFTs remain, the value of NFTs as far as what the technology is, right, has remained the same the entire time. The technology never failed. Only thing that failed was the market. It's like if people was using the early internet, you know what I mean, to go buy Pokemon cards, and all of a sudden people was like, man, the internet failed, dog. Yeah, ain't nobody buying them damn cards no more. It's like, okay, but what else can the internet be used for? Right? And it's the same thing with NFTs. Yeah, just because people don't want to buy people dumbass art projects, they have nothing to do with the value of the technology. Cryptocurrency is soaring for multiple reasons. Of course, this war is one of them. These ETFs are another reason. You understand me? And Ethereum just had an ETF with BlackRock. BlackRock is the biggest asset manager in the world, right? They literally control and run the world. So you see Ethereum soar, Bitcoin is up 37. So that if you would have bought into Bitcoin this year, you'll be up. You'd have doubled your money. No problem. But you be letting people trick you out your spot because you let the news and you let all these people tell you what's not working, what's a scam, all of this. And we got to stop doing that and just start thinking for ourselves. Think about how can you use it. You know what I'm saying? How can you do things? If you don't, man, you ain't gonna never have nothing. So, you know, that's kind of my whole take on disruptive technology. And this is why, like, you know, a lot of my educational process, I rather privatize than try to speak to the public on. Because when the public don't understand something in their process, right, they want to blame you for not learning the correct way. And it's like, no, man, you got the internet like I do. You understand? You got books like I do. You got 24 hours like I do. If you don't want to be taught by and take the actual knowledge and information for what it is and actually listen how to apply it based on having proven strategies, stay away from me. Stay away from me altogether. People are always looking for people to blame for their lack of. We're not doing that. I think the best thing that happened to the culture is this education revolution that's happened in the last few years. It's the best thing that has happened. I don't care how much money you spend on it, it's been the best thing that has happened. It's just the mindset around learning how to, you know, learn, right? I think it's probably been a bigger issue because most people, they spend money, but they don't know how to learn. They don't actually take and apply the steps and develop the right mindset to go do something. Maybe one of the things to be automated for it. So your feelings around it have nothing to do with the value of the teachings. It has everything to do with your values and your mindset, which is a completely different reality. So yeah. But this is not the time that I would invest in crypto because it's already up. You never buy when it's up. Now, if it pulls back, then yeah. It's like XRP, I think, is probably at like 66 cents right now. XRP is still good because eventually it's going to go to $1. So a simple strategy, if you look at a crypto, right? Let's say if you was looking at Bitcoin, you'd be like, all right, Bitcoin eventually is going to go to 40,000 at some point in time in history, right? So a lot of people was like, we know that Bitcoin was going to go up to 35. It's going to go up to 30 when it was at like 15, when it was at 12K. So a person say, I'm going to put my money in until it hit this particular target. Once it hits this target, you can take your money out if that's how you feel, right? So some people was like, oh, what's that going to give me? That's going to give me 20% return. Or that's going to give me 50% return. Or that's going to give me 100% return, depending on when you bought that particular asset. XRP is the easiest to do a strategy like that because we know at some point in time it will, in fact, hit $1, right? So if you put your money in and you say, okay, once it hit $1, what percentage return will I get off that, right? And then when it hit $1, if you want to, take your money out. Or you can hold it till it goes up farther if you believe it will. But I'm just telling you a simple strategy. It's the fact that it's going to hit $1 at some point in time in history, right? The same thing when I talked about Microsoft a couple of years ago, saying that Microsoft is going to be like the most valuable, important company. And I'm going to take that clip and drop it today because they just surpassed Apple, right? And I was just studying the advancement of technology and where we're going. You create a thesis, and then you can create an investment strategy based on that thesis. Hey, I see the world. They're investing into open AI. They got HoloLenses. They in all these different realities. They got all of this stuff going on. I think this company is going to win, because this is when you're investing in the future, not what things are, what things will be, right? So if you would have took that, seen everybody buying into OpenAI and say, how can I invest in it? Boom. Guess what would have happened? The money would have went up. As it went up and it hit a new all-time high, you could have sold because it hit your target, and then you could have stepped back. It's all about observing. There's money always around us, and this is why when you let people trick you out your spot and you don't actually pay attention or listen, sometimes you may buy a course, you may listen to a person, but you forget the most valuable things that they've said. And it'd be something inside of what they said that could have made you a host of money. That could have made you a lot. Even in the original BWO, and I dealt with, terrible partners in the original one, it was still a lot that was taught that could make you money to this day. If you got to remember your lessons. The problem is people don't really be listening. People don't be remembering the lessons. So you be throwing away, I'm done with that. Like, no, don't you know that you can still utilize that knowledge today to make money? This is why a lot of people suffer, man. The mindset that you have is just terrible around your opportunities. Like, how long have I been saying these things? I've probably ushered in the wave on many things, because a lot of people are afraid to talk about something that's new because they're afraid of being wrong. Me, I don't have that. If I'm wrong on something, so what? I'm a human being. That's called a track record. I can be wrong on something, but I'm supposed to go die if I'm wrong on something? No, man, you gotta have that spirit. I go out there, I speak on things. Yeah, I'll be like, look, this technology, if we hop into it, I think that the risk, I think that the reward outweighs the risk. Because I know what people spending their money on anyway. So I'm like, man, it's cool if you go invest in something that's risky, because y'all already spending your money on things as liabilities. So I'm trying to get you to take your liability money and spend it on a possible asset. I would prefer us to risk our money in places that actually have opportunities in them. So in 2016, when I was telling people to buy Bitcoin, if everybody would have listened, what would have happened? The thesis was true. I said, man, go take your money from the streets, from the hood, wherever you're doing, and put it in Bitcoin, put it into tech. That's exactly what I said. But shit, even I didn't listen to myself. So being ahead of your time sometimes sucks, because when you're in survival mode, and at the time I gotta pay rent, I'm thinking in survival mode as well. I wasn't fully initiated into the financial literacy movement at the time, but I had some few bold observations and I was willing to speak on it. It is what it is. So, this is what I want us to not miss out on, the movements that are here. There's some beautiful movements that are here. This technology, I think, is for us. There's a lot of ways that this thing is going to be used to manipulate society, and it's going to be utilized whether we use it or not. So I want us to have the weapons in our hands so we can utilize it to fight back. And here's the thing. Be careful about anything you believe. When it comes to the internet is not a real place. Especially with AI, it's going to have to get to a point where everything is going to have to be verified. Every single thing is going to have to be verified. Because you're not going to be able to trust your eyes. They call it the post-truth era, where you're not going to know what's true or not. And you got to take this as a warning. And this is the most important thing that I've said to you. Like, this is the most important. You have to know this. The post-truth era. We're living in a time where people can't dissociate what's true and what's false. You go on the internet, go look at this Palestine-Israel war. Go look at the comment section full of bots and propaganda. For every time somebody says the truth, somebody has another thing that says, wait a minute, that's not true because of this. And it leaves you like, you're paralyzed. You don't know what to do. Truth mobilizes. It gives you direction. It tells you what to do next. But when you can't dissociate the truth, then you paralyze because you don't know what to do. And the post-truth era, this lady was making a good point. They can create whole worlds around you and you won't know if it's true or not. They can create narratives, fake commenters, fake pictures, videos. How do you know it's true? All of the things that you've seen on social media, how do you know that they're true? How do you know that was a real news article that you've seen? Linked to a real website when websites can be made in seconds with AI articles. And then they can have real bots that can be commenting. And you can DM them bots and they can have a full conversation with you. How do you know it's true? The post-truth era is a very dangerous one. That's why experience is the only true knowledge that you can trust. If you don't see it in real life, if you don't have the experience with it in real life, it's going to be very hard to dissociate what's real and what's not. Just think about that. How do you know if it's true or not? You could have seen an article and you didn't even know that it wasn't true and you still took that as a truth. Now it's in your head. Now you're arguing with somebody of something that never happened. And now you can't go back and find that article. It's gone. It's disappeared. That's how propaganda is going to work. Elections will be swayed. People get you to buy things. Put out all of these fake truths. They can say something about somebody and then have all of these fake bots in there backing it up in the comments. Or they can make it seem like public opinion is against you when it's not. It's just robots. And the human mind doesn't do that much research to go deeper in detail anything. So you just take in it as its truth and keep moving. That's creating world creation around you. And you think it's hard for you. Imagine what it's like if you got a child. Your child is not, you're not gonna, the best thing you can do is to keep your children away from technology for a long time. At least limit it. Because you're not going to know what their world is. Go look at that. Go watch that last Mission Impossible movie they put out. That last Mission Impossible movie said it all. It's a dangerous world that's here. The future is here. It's no longer coming. The future is here. It's no longer coming.